Alright, so this is. Sorry, I got interrupted. So where was I? Oh yeah, so as I said, I was an adult chaperone on a high school trip, a church trip, a mission trip down to Kokomo. And it was there that I was helping people um, in a community that was much harder, much worse off than me. And it was there that I realized um, that it was kind of sent a message to me like, hey, this is what is a lot worse than what you're going through. Yes, you're unemployed and you've been this way for 3 years, but there's a reason. And this is me teaching you and showing you, and just trust me, things will work out. And so, sure enough, I started to feel better. Um, my depression kind of started to like lift up after that. I went to Toronto for my birthday trip that fall. And then in November of that year, this was 2012, out of sort of desperation plus just to at least try to look for a job, just to get my parents off my back, I went to Target and they had the we're hired, come aside, sit down at the kiosk, fill out an application. And so I did. Just didn't really think much of it. Just, okay, I've applied to retail before and got shot down. And this would be the exact same thing. They're not going to hire me. They're not even going to bother calling me. So I really just kind of went to the whole thing. And it's just like, well, I do it, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to I'm not gonna get a job, period. That was my thought, that was my thinking. And so I did. I filled out the application, put down sales floor, POG, pretty much I checked all the boxes. I'm just like, well, maybe this will look good, maybe this will work in my favor. So I hit send and it went in. And lo and behold, a couple of days later, I got a phone call saying, hey, we're interested. Here's the information. Here's a time for when we'll call you to do a phone interview. Are you going to be available? I'm like, okay, sure. And it was scheduled for the next morning at like 9:30 in the morning of our time. So, and if you know me, I am not a morning person. Like, talk to me before 10 and no, not a good idea. So the hiring person called me. I asked a question. I had no clue what I was doing. Like, I just completely bullcrapped every answer. Because I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I just tried to think of the best answer, best case scenario. I had some kind of retail experience, but not much. Since I would have to run the gift shop at one of the parks that I worked at for the government. So, I had some experience, but not like, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So at the end, she's like, okay, can you come in tomorrow for a personal interview, 1-hour interview? I'm like, sure, why not? And still, I was still kind of like, okay, this is routine, this is procedure. Everybody gets a phone call, everybody comes in for a 1-hour interview, and then they will either hire you or not. But little did I know then that the fact that I was referred for a 1-on-1 interview was actually a good thing. I found out later that that the interviewer actually thought that I had a shot. So the next day I got dressed up. My interview was like at 9 or something. So I went in and took the thing on the computer that I had to do and just wait in. And then I got called back interview first by a guy named Kevin from HR. He's not there anymore, but he was really cool. He was really laid back, really easygoing. And actually, I'm like, okay, you know, this isn't so bad. He started to ask me questions and stuff, and I answered them the best I could, just based on my previous experience, what very little it was. And I tried to think of other, just try to make stuff up as I went along, and then he referred me to the HR person, another HR person, who scared the crap out of me then. But now that I work with her, she's actually cool as well, as everybody is there. So, as I said, well, let me just say this. So, like when I started, a lot of people scared me. Just because of the way they came off when I first met them. But as I said, over time I got to know them, and they turned out to be good people. So I was referred to her. She asked me a couple more questions, and then she's like, "Here's your conditional employment agreement. Pending, of course, all the background checks, all that fun stuff, which for me is no problem." I'm like, okay, so then I know everything would turn out good with my background checks, but does that mean, I'm like, I have a job. Oh my God, I have a job. And I cried, not further when I got out to when I got home. But at first they were really tears of joy. They were actually unhappy tears because I'm like, no, I have a job. I have to work. Because I like my life. Despite my struggles, I still, you know, I'm like, I have to work. This is fun. But as I've come to find out now, it's like, I love making money. Love getting that paper. And what is it so bad? So I passed the background checks, everything, which is a no-brainer for me, because I work for this stupid government. Come on. So anyways, so I had orientation. I had shadowed people, mostly Chuck, who's still there. He was an awesome trainer, an awesome guy. And so, yeah. And I was hired on as seasonal help, because after I was November when I applied, I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm going to go be here for the Christmas season, 60 days, 90 days. And then they're going to let me go, you know. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Well, little did I know that 3.5 years later, I'm still there. And very grateful for my job. Love my job now. I love my fellow team members. I love my team leads. I love pretty much everybody that I work with. I made some great friends there. And really, I can honestly say right now, like, because of my job, I've lost weight. I lost about 30 plus pounds. My mental health is a lot better. So I owe Target a debt of gratitude, and that no matter how hard I work, I will not be able to pay back, because I am so thankful for them, and the fact that they saved my life by just giving me that